All right, guys, welcome to the official How to Not Be a Doormat training session. No, I'm just kidding. Today I want to talk about the power in saying no, and I have one quick little story about that. So when I was in college, there was this guy on our dorm hall that was kind of a tool, let's be honest. I mean, he was not really that nice. And I was the only person, or maybe there was another person, but I was one of the few people on the dorm hall that had a car. And so because of that, a lot of the time people would ask me if, I could drive them somewhere. And so there was one day where this guy came into my room, and I didn't really like this guy. And he was like, "Hey man, I need you to drive me to the train station." And it was like 40 minutes away probably. And I was studying, and even if I wasn't studying, it would have been the same outcome. But I was just like, no, I don't owe you this. I mean, probably if this guy was more likable, I would have been more receptive to it, but I was like, no, just straight up no. And I think he just got a little annoyed and just walked away. But there's an incredible amount of, I feel like the term empowerment is kind of overused, but seriously, when you have the confidence to tell someone just straight up, no, you cannot have what you want from me, then you're like, wow, man, I've got a lot of, authority now. And, I know some people in my life, and I know in general, this is just kind of a thing people struggle with, where it's so difficult to stand up for yourself and to have that confidence of be like, no, this person is not going to walk all over me right now. I've got my needs, and I know myself and what I need to do right now. And you can't just, have whatever you want, right? Because if you set the precedent that you are, I think a doormat is a little harsh, but you're the kind of person where you're kind of a pushover and you say, oh, well, sure, I'll do whatever you want, even though it's not really suitable to me. Then you kind of, you make it clear to other people that you can be taken advantage of. And, and as you go through life, there will be people who you meet who are manipulative, and they know what they need to do to get something out of you. And sometimes you have to put your guard up and just say, you know what? No. If you want a more general example, also when I was in college, I went to plenty of parties, and, as things go at parties, you're often given things to try and, experiment, I guess, if I'm being vague about it. And there were times where I had to say no and say, you know what, I'm not interested, thank you. But, it's very easy when you're in a group environment specifically where people are like, oh, come on, man, do it. And it's just, you have to be confident enough within yourself that that is not what I need to be doing right now. And, thank you for the opportunity, but no. And, to get a little more philosophical, I guess, you also might benefit from learning to say no to yourself, because I was talking about external sources and people that come to you and ask you for things. But at least for me, there are plenty of things where I don't let myself go per se, but I kind of allow myself to do things that I know I shouldn't be doing, like skipping meals or not working out every day like I tell myself I should be, or I'm not stretching enough. And you have to learn to tell yourself, no, you need to do this, right? Because it's very easy. It's probably the easiest thing within yourself to say, I'll probably indulge a little bit here, or I won't be as serious as I should be about my studying or exercise, like I said. And that, I think, is the foundation of having the confidence to then say no to other people. Because if you can't even say no to yourself, then it's going to be harder when someone else comes to you and say, hey, I need this from you right now. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess so. Once you have established within yourself how to say no and stick to a regiment and be confident within yourself, then I think you are better positioned to say no to others. And of course, I'm not saying you need to be this, guarded, selfish, never give in or compromise to other people. Sometimes there's a time and a place to say, all right, you know what, I'll do it even though I don't want to. Sometimes you have to do things for people that you love, or sometimes you owe a friend a favor, that kind of thing. I understand that. But my point is, do not let people just walk all over you. There is a time and a place where you need to say no. All right, guys, I'll catch you later.